How's it going, everybody? It's Captain Solomon, and I'm here to review the May 7th and May 8th editions of Raw and Smackdown. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why is it done in one video this week? Well, that's because I'm trying to still figure out how I'm going to do things on my channel, that's where you guys come in. Now, if you guys message me in separate locations, or if you guys comment on the video itself, either way, just give me your feedback. Do you like doing Raw and Smackdown in separate videos where you can have just more time to focus on them? Would you rather me keep this format and do them both as one video? And also, what other content do you guys want to see? Do you want to see me cover Ring of Honor or Impact or, I don't know, New Japan, or just maybe any news stories in general when it comes to the wrestling world? Your thoughts really matter to me. In all honesty, I can't develop as a channel without you guys, because I'm a small channel right now, very small, and it can only go up from here, but I can't do it alone. So I need you guys that have been here, like the Usos say, since day one-ish. I need you guys to, help me out. Give me your feedback. It's genuinely appreciated. But without any more into that, let's get right into our Raw review. I will say that I was a little disappointed by Raw this week. I feel if you missed it, you didn't miss a whole lot, short of some Money in the Bank qualifiers. But you know what? I'll let you decide. Let's get right into it. Kurt Angle comes out first, and he does announce that it is Money in the Bank season. After what a great backlash we had, which I can't agree with. But moving on, he announces that there will be 2 qualifying matches, triple threat matches, mind you. 4 spots in the Money in the Bank contract match. Also, he tells us that there will be 4 Raw superstars and 4 SmackDown superstars in both ladder matches. There's only going to be 2 ladder matches, so 4 Raw men and 4 Raw women, as well as 4 Raw men, or 4 SmackDown women and 4 SmackDown men, rather, have a chance to gain a briefcase, which I'm okay with. I think it might be the better choice, because having 4 ladder matches seems a little over the top, in my opinion. But I digress. Let's get back into it. So yeah, he announces these matches, and the women's triple threat qualifier match is going to be Ember Moon taking on Sasha Banks, as well as Ruby Riott. We'll get into that match a little more later, as well as the main event, which the main event ends up being Roman Reigns taking on Sami Zayn and Finn Balor. Now, a big name isn't mentioned there, which is Braun Strowman. And he seems to take offense to this as he comes down to the ring. So yeah, he comes down to the ring, and he gets in, and he goes, "Did I ever tell you about the story of the treehouse from when I was a kid, where all my friends had a treehouse, but they wouldn't let me help them build it? So I could hear them, putting in nails and sawing boards and everything, and I could hear them putting this treehouse together. And when it was finally finished, they wouldn't let me in. So do you know what I did?" And Kurt Angle does the obvious Kurt Angle type thing and goes, "You completely trashed the treehouse." And Braun goes, "Nope, even better. I waited until they were all up in the treehouse, and then I tipped the whole tree over." Braun Strowman, as a child, murdered all his friends. It's been confirmed. It sounds like such a terribly scripted line, like bullcrap story, because it obviously is. But for some reason, I love it. It's just really good to see Braun deliver that kind of line. So, clearly he's trying to say he wants a match he wants to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And Kurt Angle goes to tell him, yeah, you are going to have a qualifier match. Well, then Kevin Owens comes out and says, if anybody deserves to be in that Money in the Bank match, it's him. He has been cheated. Braun pinned the wrong guy. He's a bad monster who belongs in timeout, and that he has been getting screwed over, and that Stephanie McMahon is watching, so Kurt should do the right thing and put him in a match. Well, Kurt is glad that he reminded him that she's watching. So she does put him in a match, but it's against Braun Strowman, and that match is our first match of the night. It's a great opener. It's a fantastic match. A lot of good spots. I like there was a tornado DDT on the outside onto Strowman at one point. That was a good spot. They were trying to do countouts onto Braun Strowman. That was Kevin Owens' way of trying to win the match, which was a good storytelling, good use of the ring to his advantage. Because how else do you beat Strowman? It's so tough. How do you physically beat him? You just hope you can keep him outside long enough. There was also the awesome. Really cool frog smash. Kevin Owens got a really good bit of height and impact. I really liked that. And then Owens also tried to do the pop-up powerbomb, which was great because he goes to hoist him up, and Braun doesn't go up very high, and he lands, and he just looks at him and just shakes his head. like Braun just shakes his head at him like, you done goofed. There's also the fantastic spot where Kevin Owens gets checked like hockey style into the boards on the outside. Takes 3 different unique bumps from that. No, really, really, really good. Obviously, we then get the running power slam for the win. Braun Strowman is your winner. He gets the first place in the Money in the Bank championship opportunity match. So then from there, we get a backstage promo with Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is, asked, hey, you handled your business against Samoa Joe at Backlash, so what's your mindset going into the Money in the Bank qualifier? And this is where we get him talking about how he was screwed for the Universal title, and he's going to get in the ring, and whenever the bell rings, ding ding, he says ding ding. This is almost as bad as the suffering succotash line. It's just really bad writing. But basically, he just says that he's going to, go out there and he's gonna win. Like I'm over Roman. Like, I was okay with him winning the belt before. Now I don't want him anywhere near it. It's just not good anymore. They screwed up. They should have let him win at least at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now I don't know what they do with him. You also get some other people saying that they're going to win the Money in the Bank. Bayley, Breezango talk about it. Goldust says that he would like to qualify to Kurt Angle in the back, which then Jinder shows up. Jinder says that he also wants a shot. He deserves it. And Kurt tells him, you don't really deserve anything. You haven't won a single match since you've been on Raw. So how about you go out there and we'll see how you do. Impress me against Chad Gable tonight. And he's like, I'll consider it. Maybe. So then we get a 6-man tag match. It's No Way Jose and Titus Worldwide going against Baron Corbin and the Revival. Not much to say about this match. It was a 6-man tag match where Baron got to get his win back over No Way Jose, so 50-50 booking. I feel like we're just in a weird space where they haven't figured out how things are going to work out with the shakeup and who's going to fall into what spots on the roster. So don't take too much stock into this match, period. We'll see where everything goes from there. And then we get the women's triple threat. Sasha Banks, Ruby Riott, Ember Moon. Really just an awesome match. I really got into it personally. There was a lot of one-on-one time between everybody, which was good. I would admit that it probably was some of the sloppier work in general from Ruby Riott and Ember Moon and Sasha even as well. Was a little sloppy at times, but even at even in a sloppy match, it looked good. There were good spots in this match that honestly, I kind of want to see more work from them all in general. It makes me feel pretty confident that Ruby Riott will be able to hold her own here, and Ember Moon as well. Sasha doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. She is the boss. Some good spots that were here that I have marked down on my paper. Sorry for glancing over. Don't got my glasses. There was a Riott hitting a DDT on Banks and also driving Ember Moon face first to the mat as well at the same time. Good little move there. There was a lot of near covers and a lot of close pinfalls in this match. There was also a point where Sasha ran at Ember Moon. Ember tossed her over the top rope. She landed on the apron, but instead of going after Ember Moon, she dived diagonally across the corner of the ring to take out the other members of the Riott Squad. So then she took out the Riott Squad, which then got her attacked by Ruby Riott, and then this led to Ember Moon attacking her, diving through the ropes. Eventually, Sasha gets jumped because there's no disqualification in Triple Threat. So Sasha Banks gets jumped by the Riott Squad. Bayley comes out to help her. And I'm just confused as to why. What is this building towards? This on-again, off-again that's been going on for months just needs to combust or fizzle. They should have put one of the girls on the other show. At this point, it just feels bad. It feels like the whole thing is just for nothing. Ember Moon ends up getting the win when she does hit the Eclipse, hits both women with it, and then pins Ruby Riott. No, it was a good match. Ignoring the Bayley thing, it was a good match. And then they do get a segment backstage with Ember where she talks about, they ask her how she feels about winning, and she says over the moon. She says over the moon. And, bad writing is bad enforced. It just doesn't feel good. And then they do a video package segment for Lashley, and this feels terrible and fake. and not good. I mean, they do talk about his wrestling career from before when he worked with WWE. Also talk about like in college when he was a wrestler. They talk about his military background, how he has a 15-2 MMA record. No talk of Impact as you would expect. But when you listen to him talk about his sisters and everything, and I'm sure the sisters are real and they're real people, the stories don't sound real at all. It sounds like the best case scenario to get Bobby Lashley to sound like a good person and to do stories that were easy for him to remember as a script. Like, no offense to him, but like every person was given an item, and that's what he had to focus on, and that was it. And like it just felt so forced. And then like just this almost emotionless smile where he says that he loves his family at the very end of the promo. Just really bad. I have no idea what they're doing with Bobby Lashley. It is, I'm done talking about it. We get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn backstage. They're still apparently friends, but it seems very. They talk about the slap. Sami says, that was yesterday. Like, let's not think about that right now. And he asks if Kevin has his back, and Kevin says, yeah. And he's like, well, don't you mean yep? And he's like, I mean yes. And he gets up and walks away. So, don't know. They might be splitting. I kind of hope they don't, but I mean, if that's what it takes, I guess that's what it takes. Then we get our next 50-50 booking match of the night as Jinder Mahal takes on Chad Gable. Gable sells really good for Jinder here, makes Jinder look powerful. And he does pick up the win with the Colossus. There's a post-match beatdown on Gabriel after Sabil Singh gets in Chad Gable's face. I expected Jason Jordan maybe to show up and help him out in some weird way, but we don't get that, which is fine. It's probably better to keep those two separate. And then we get Alexa Bliss saying that she's going to win the briefcase, as well as the Ascension saying that they're going to get it. Then we get a segment backstage where Zack Ryder, who is the hometown hero, I guess, says that he wants to qualify for the briefcase. And then Jinder comes back and goes, hey, did you see what I did out there? And he wants to be added to the triple threat match. He's not getting added to the triple threat match, so he's very upset. And again, it kind of just means nothing. So then we get Heath Slater and Rhino going against Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. It's a squash match. McIntyre and Dolph pick up the win really easy. Again, not a lot to say. I assume that eventually we're going to see this tag team of McIntyre and Ziggler go against the Deleters of Worlds at some point down the road, but we'll, get there when we get there, I guess. We have an Elias concert, which leads to a match with Bobby Roode. Elias said that he would rip Roode's vocal cords out if he interrupted him, but that didn't happen because Bobby Roode picks up a clean win here over Elias. I'm not sure where this one's really going. It wasn't all that exciting. Then Seth comes out, says that he wants to be a fighting champion, and in a promo runs the Miz down, the heel Miz, he says he wants to be a fighting champion, he wants to be the best championship on Raw, which isn't too hard whenever one of your belts is never there. So he sets up an open challenge, which I hope becomes a constant theme. Out comes Mojo Rawley, surprisingly enough, and even more surprising still, it wasn't a terrible match. He actually kind of pulled a good match out of Rawley. Obviously, Rawley does end up losing the match, because why would he beat Seth Rollins for the IC title? That would make almost no sense ever. So yeah, no, it was a decent enough match. I was actually kind of surprised. Then there was a squash match as the Deleter of Worlds take on Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, now no longer being called the Miztourage. They did get a jobber entrance, though. They kind of need their own theme and everything going on at some point. Match wasn't anything special. They have a new finisher move style that they're trying. It's just an assisted Sister Abigail. They need to figure out something because it's slowly getting bad, and as somebody that loves both gimmicks, I kind of don't want to see it collapse this early, but we're getting close. And then the main event is the triple threat triple threat Money in the Bank qualifier match. Reigns, Zayn, Balor. Awesome match. They end up out in the crowd for a bit. I don't know how good that is for when you're in the crowd of yourself, because you can't see all the action, but for us at home, it was pretty good. Some really, some nice spots there. Finn jumping off I guess they call them the hockey boards or whatever. That was a good spot out there. The match ends where Roman Reigns is setting up for the spear. He's about to come and win this, and Jinder Mahal comes through the crowd and grabs Roman Reigns' leg and stops him. And this leads to Finn Balor ending up picking up the win here. Finn Balor pins Sami Zayn for the win. So Finn Balor has now qualified for your Money in the Bank qualifier match, which is good. He belongs in that kind of match. But this makes me wonder if we're going to get a Jinder versus Roman Reigns feud. Is this how they're trying to get somebody to cheer for Roman? Is like we've failed every other way, so now if we put him against the foreign heel, maybe that'll make us cheer for him? Because I don't know if it'll work. We might just boo both of them. So yeah, no, that was your kind of entirety of Raw. And again, there was a couple good matches. The triple threat matches were pretty dang good, but everything else just felt lackluster, not exciting. A lot of people talking about the briefcase that some aren't going to get it, some that might. All in all, if I'm going to give it a rating out of 5 like I've been doing, I'm going to go with probably like a 2 out of 5, maybe a 2.5, but I'm going to go with a 2. It's not that it was outright bad, but nothing real memorable, and it felt like a lot of 50-50 booking, which isn't exactly good. But that's okay. We'll jump into SmackDown. Maybe SmackDown will put a smile on my face, the much-needed wrestling that I want to see. So it starts off with Paige coming out, and she's trying to make me care about Backlash, which you can't do. Backlash wasn't a good pay-per-view. I know a lot of people agree with me. I don't think it was good. I tried to be an optimistic person about it when I was talking to some friends online, but I just can't. I can't fully get into it. It wasn't good. The Shinsuke and AJ match was described as a low-blow confrontation, which is true and happened a lot there. Dick Kick City in full effect right now. She announces qualifier matches as well, the first match that is a qualifier match that happens is Jeff Hardy going against The Miz. And I was very, very surprised by this match. They do show a video package of when Miz won in 2010, and this also included the Miz Girl meme, which is everyone's favorite wrestling meme besides maybe the Undertaker fan that was shocked when Lesnar won. It was a really good match between the two, in my opinion. It's great to see the Miz. Jeff Hardy is a loose worker in the ring. He's not very crisp. It's good to see that he can go against someone like Seth Rollins and have those kind of matches, and then also do well working with Jeff Hardy, who wrestles a totally different style than Seth Rollins. So yeah, a lot of good spots again in this match. A lot of tough-looking spots as well. The Sunset Flip Powerbomb was good. There was a baseball slide dropkick that sent the Miz off of the ring apron like he was on his back laying down. It just completely booted him off onto the floor. That looked particularly rough in my opinion. There was the neckbreaker, the swinging neckbreaker onto the apron. The Miz hit on Jeff Hardy. That was very tough as well. It ends with an awesome reversal. Jeff Hardy goes and hits the Swanton Bomb, and you think it's over. This match, by the way, went through 2 commercial breaks. Usually I complain about that, but this one, the action never really slowed down too much. So he hits the Swanton Bomb. And just as we're about to get the 3 count, Miz kicks out but uses the momentum to back roll Hardy over and hold his shoulders down for the 3. The Miz picks it up. I expected that, but this match itself was way better than I'm used to seeing from Jeff Hardy in particular. Then we get Sheamus in the back eating just a big bag of Lucky Charms because it's the only thing that makes him happy after losing to Xavier last week. So the New Day apparently also replaced their gear bags with bags full of pancakes, and we're gonna get Cesaro versus Xavier Woods because Cesaro says he can pick up the win. That Sheamus just underestimated him, and that Cesaro won't make that mistake. We then get a video package again for Sanity. It's making me kind of sad. I just want them to actually show up, and I also want Nikki Cross, but since we ain't getting it, I guess I'll shut up. Then after that, we get Renee interviewing Shinsuke. She asks him if he has anything that he wants to say about what happened between the two. And he goes, no, speak English. Really good pause there. I really like the way that went. So, she asks more questions. She says it clearly everyone knows you speak English. And he goes, I did speak English, but I've forgotten how, so now no speak English. And she goes, well, since apparently right now you at least can speak English to me, is there anything else you want to say to AJ? And he goes, AJ Styles is nuts. Pause. Perfect pause. And then he goes, but so am I, and we are not finished. And then he leaves. So, although it's a bunch of pun work, it's the whole feud right now. It is 2018, and we are living on a feud powered by low blows. I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. I don't know why. See, after that, we get Carmella's little video clip. She reminds us that she beat Charlotte Flair about 37 times before talking about next week. She will be throwing the Royal Melibration, which is going to be better than the Royal Wedding, but the Royal Family isn't invited, and neither is Ric Flair. And did you know that Ric Flair had a daughter named Charlotte, and she beat Charlotte Flair? Boom. Illuminati confirmed. It's fine. I like Carmella right now, so I can't really say anything too bad about it. You also get a video from Ty Dillinger and Naomi, both saying that they're going to win the Money in the Bank, and we'll go over them. Maybe they'll prove a reason why they will win it sometime soon. We get Charlotte Flair versus Peyton Royce for a Money in the Bank spot in the Women's Money in the Bank. So, promo from the Iconics before the match, which I always love. Apparently, Charlotte's face, after losing the match at Backlash, cured Billie Kay's uncle who had a stutter. It's a miracle. There is just magic in this world, and that was the moment. A really good match in my opinion. It started out a little sloppy at first, but I feel like the higher spots sort of outweigh that for me. It does end with Peyton tapping out to the figure 8, but overall it was an awesome match. I don't think it hurts either side really, and I'm good with it. I'm excited for it. We get a Daniel Bryan interview where he talks about how he's just going to fight through the pain after what happened with Big Cass after he made Big Cass tap out and Big Cass attacked him after the match. He says he's going to fight through the pain to take on Rusev in this match because that's what you have to do, which was good. Good promo. Shelton Benjamin and Asuka both get videos for the Money in the Bank as well. Fair enough. Xavier Woods versus Cesaro is next. It's a pretty good match, not anything super great. I, again, always a little biased because I do like Xavier Woods' work. There was, distraction and shenanigans everywhere, as this has New Day matches kind of tend to end up being. Xavier does eat a huge European uppercut from Cesaro when he jumps off the top rope to try to attack him. He also bit his tongue. His mouth was bleeding pretty bad. He either bit his tongue or his cheek, something, but it was bleeding pretty bad. Then after that, we get AJ stopped for an interview, and he apologizes. He says he stooped to Shinsuke's level, and he's not happy about that, but it's what he needs to do to defend the WWE title because it means everything. He also then says that if Shinsuke says that they're not done, then they ain't finished, and also he says if Shinsuke has the guts to face him, which, hey, come on, that was good too. We just dodged another nut pun. Whatever, man. Overall, I like it. I really like what's going on with that feud. Then we got like a weird, creepy come play with us Bludgeon Brothers promo backstage with a bunch of broken toys. They say they got their own toys, meaning their mallets. And okay, fine. Then we get Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose, a match that was made last week. Sonya Deville gets barred from ringside. Yeah, Paige comes out and says thought Absolution, I told you Absolution is dead. Well, then the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville are going, well, look, we understand, like, you said that or whatever, and you might be hiding behind your, big, nice desk job, but you're not our mom. Like, you can't do this. We're still going to be together for each other. And she's like, well, I've barred her from ringside. Which is just weird. I'm wondering where they're going with this. Maybe they're trying... Is she trying to split the two? Is she trying to make them more powerful, like, by, like, overcoming adversity? We'll see where this ends up going. Yeah. Then after that, Mandy Rose gets the lighting and the beautiful solo entrance, and Corey Graves telling everybody to shut up because this is the moment he's been waiting for his whole life. The cool, like, making her like a dream girl with, like, the camera being sort of fuzzy and everything. Really liked it. Yeah, but the match itself was there. I don't have a lot to say. It was plenty fun enough. Mandy Rose actually picks up a clean win over Becky Lynch, proving more that they have nothing to do with Becky Lynch, but I'm still intrigued about where the storyline is going to lead for them as a group, for Absolution, that is, in the future. And then our main event on SmackDown, Rusev versus Daniel Bryan, the winner getting another spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. And it was, honestly, pretty good match. I had to watch it after my day at work, and I was definitely glad that I went and found it. Good match, surprising ending to me. They did focus a lot on Daniel Bryan being injured, his ribs apparently banged up, and in the end, from after dealing with the injuries from Cass and everything like that, he couldn't hold out. Daniel Bryan ended up losing to Rusev. Rusev picks up the win and is going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Wow. Didn't see it coming. I didn't think they would do that with Daniel Bryan. I'm guessing they're doing it because this is going to lead to this week or so, this month or so rather, dealing with Big Cass and then eventually building up to The Miz down the road. So if I'm going to give this episode a total grade, I'm going to go with, we'll say a 3.5. A couple of the matches that were down could have been better. Like, they weren't any really bad ones, but there was one or two slower ones, particularly Xavier Woods and Cesaro, even though I liked it, and the Becky Lynch-Mandy Rose match. Also, I was kind of sick of all the video clips of them just showing stars that you kind of don't expect to win the Money in the Bank. Really, there's a few that you do, but I'm over the weird just letters on a screen and then a person doing a FaceTime video. So yeah, I'm gonna say SmackDown was the better show this week. But both, it's how it goes. It's how it goes. Raw was the one you probably could have got away with not watching, to be honest. But with all of that being said, I want your opinions on Raw or SmackDown. Do you like Mandy Rose? Do you think that's this solo stuff is kind of interesting? Do you think that Braun Strowman is the most likely to win this Money in the Bank ladder match now that he's qualified? What about this? What about me doing this one video instead of two? What's your opinion on that? Anything other that you would like to tell me? Would you like to tell me that I need to get more hats because the 5 that I switched through is just not doing it for you? You know what? No matter what it is, put a comment in the comments below. If you like the video, give it the thumbs up. That'd be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you doing with your life? Click the subscribe button. You could even, if you wanted to, click the little bell and you'll be notified as soon as I post a video up. Wouldn't that be great? I think it would. But no matter what, I've been Captain Solomon. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you guys later.